Hello everyone, Blueknight here, and welcome back to another Ratchet Clank Rift Apart video. So we are now in the final weeks leading up to Rift Apart's launch on June 11th, and with that, Insomniac and PlayStation have started an episodic info bash for the game simply titled Zurkon Jr.'s Almost Launch Party, which is narrated by none other than Zurkon Jr., a character who made his initial debut in 2013's Into the Nexus, as an upgrade for Mr. Zurkon. Zurkon Jr. in Rift Apart is now voiced by none other than Richard Stephen Horvitz, who has voiced many characters in the industry, both from the Ratchet & Clank series and outside of the series, like Invader Zim, Chaos from Skylanders, and more recently, Lonnie Lowly from Crash 4. And design-wise, his eye has that same traffic light looking pattern to it, just like Clank does. I never mentioned this before, but I really appreciate this added detail. So this episode spotlights the game's traversal mechanics and, more importantly, some of the game's weapons, which is what the series is known for, is its crazy out-of-this-world arsenal. While the next episode will be showcasing some of the game's planets, now I don't know when that one will be released, if it's going to be a weekly thing up until the launch, we're not sure just yet, but I'll be sure to get a video out when that releases. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and start the breakdown for this weapons and traversal showcase. Right off the bat, we see the duo once again heading off to the Dimensionator at the start of the game, and I just gotta say, the lighting right here, combined with Clank's glowing eyes, it's just so good. We once again see Captain Quark, Rusty Pete, and Skid McMarks, the microphone that Zurkon Jr. is holding, as well as the microphone accompanying Ratchet & Clank from the recent gameplay previews that I did not mention, features the same logo as the Polaris news update from the intro to Into the Nexus. When arriving at Mr. Zurkon's arena, we can now see it takes place in an asteroid field. And there's honestly not too much else I can point out about this area, so let's move on. We have another glimpse at Ratchet & Clank in Megalopolis. Again, the amount of expression here is just perfect. I like it so much. And for a split second, we can see Clank activating the helipack. We have another look at this unknown open world planet from the recent State of Play demo. Again, not too much to point out here. Back in Megalopolis, during the Broken Bridge section that we last seen during the Gamescom demo, we can see a few things have been changed. For one, there are now a couple of new rifts up here. 2, the train is already here when Ratchet is on this side of the bridge, as opposed to showing up when Ratchet gets to the other side from the Gamescom footage. And 3, the goon that was standing here on the train is no longer here. Now, in the grand scheme of things, these are just minor changes and nothing more. It comes with the territory of updating games between builds. It's perfectly normal. During the Phantom Dash portion of the trailer, we see that it can be used for so much more than just dodging attacks. By basically phasing out of reality for a split second, you can go through enemy attacks without taking damage, and that's pretty cool. Now we come to the weapons part of the trailer, with the first weapon being showed off is the fan favorite Buzzblades. I know we kinda already got confirmation of them returning during the State of Play, but it's nice to see them back in action. Then there's the Black Hole Storm, which is a rapid-fire weapon that kinda reminds me of the N90 Hurricane from Up Your Arsenal. Now, the planet we see in the background is none other than Ardolus from Tools of Destruction, and this is actually our first time seeing Ardolus since the Gamescom footage, albeit a different location, and Clank clearly hasn't been separated from Ratchet yet. Heck, for all I know, this could be sometime after Ratchet reunites with Clank. During the Lightning Rod showcase, we can see some armored Goons for Less enemies. Now here's the thing, I actually have to make a correction concerning a previous video. When the lightning rod zaps an enemy, but not to the point of completely electrifying, the enemies give off this purplish color from the small amounts of electricity on their body, which, from a distance, like in the gameplay trailer, gave these particular enemies a resemblance to a Never from Into the Nexus. Now, this does not mean the Nevers won't appear in the game. They still could, given the dimensional crisis, but for the moment, we don't know just yet. The next new, never-before-seen weapon is the Cold Snap, and it basically freezes enemies on impact after an ice ball hits them. It's not the liquid nitrogen gun, but I'll gladly take it over the Cryomine glove. And the closing shot features the player arriving on another planet. I can't identify it from the surface, but look at how good this shot looks. I mean, it kinda gives me those Planet Earth documentary vibes, you know? But instead of Earth, it's another planet.
Wow! Is that the box art?
Okay, I'll admit it, I actually got a good kick out of that part. But anyways guys, that's going to do it for this quick update for Rift Apart. As always, what do you guys think of the game so far? And out of the weapons we've seen so far, which one is your favorite? Be sure to leave it all down in the comments section below, and also be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell to stay up to date with everything Rift Apart as it happens. And trust me, more is on the way, as stated at the end of this weapons showcase video. So once again, thank you all so much for watching and the constant support. I've been Blueknight, and I'll see you guys back here next time.